Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gents?
Ooh, mate, I'm going right. Beers today.
On the beers. It is our last episode of the month, and that means patched updates. So we talk about all the games we've been playing recently.
Scared me
And...
there for a second.
Oh, yeah, it's our...
Last episode. I'm like, what?
I mean, there wasn't a pregnant pause there. I thought it was fairly fast. But anyway, it's our last episode of the month, so patched updates. We talk about what we've been playing lately. Who wants to get the ball rolling? Damo, you got 2 months worth of games to discuss, and Matto, I don't think you have too many, so who wants to get the ball rolling?
You know what? I'll do my first month. Chop tomato.
Oh.
You do your month.
Ooh.
Then I'll do my last month.
Oh, bring it home.
To play catch up, because this month was quiet. Because an operation. Wait, no, this month?
Yeah, that was this month, wasn't it?
No, it was last month.
I know.
Oh, the end
2020
of last
times
month
of
I had my operation. So like very
That's why
at the end
Damo
of
wasn't here
month.
last time.
Oh yeah, shit.
So it kind of made So during that period, it was all Switch related. Great, my joy.
Don't worry, everyone who's getting a colonoscopy, it's not an issue.
Yes, colonoscopy for PP. So I played Daemonix Machina.
You just keep coming
almost
back to that
finished
one.
it. Yeah, I had to finish it up, and I couldn't be bothered finishing it at the end. Still loving it. It's great. It's the game that just keeps on giving. There's plenty of free updates with free stuff. There was even a free Witcher update, so that was fun.
Oh, good.
You could look like Ciri for some unknown reason, or Geralt, just cause. So,
Because it's better than Zelda.
you know, in a world of robots and things like that, look like a Witcher.
Yeah, I'll
Makes
go
makes
with it.
sense.
Played a bit of Smash. We all know about Smash, so that's good.
Never heard of it.
I do want to talk about Ori and the Blind Forest though, because that is so damn good, so perfect. Not only in a handheld version, but in a wonderful, beautiful, on-screen, big thing. Everything about it's great. From the music, the action, the play. I'm very happy though. I played Hollow Knight first.
Because what, it would have soured?
It would have soured Hollow Knight a little bit for me.
Really?
Okay. Ori was a fantastically built, fun game that even though it was hard in some places, it never upset me. Just the beautifulness of it all. Don't get me wrong, Hollow Knight is great and it's a completely apples and oranges, yeah. But some people like apples a lot more than they do like oranges, vice versa.
No, I'm with you
I'm
now.
kind
That's
of happy that it's I only knew the world of apples and now cherries. Now
right, Team
now
Cherry, I get it.
both. But yeah, that's it. But it's still again, once Sil comes out, it'll be whoosh, straight onto that. And probably I now have a new computer. The kicker is, now that I have a new computer, I could actually run Steam properly. And many, many moons ago, somebody went through my wish list and brought me a bunch of games. But Steam never notified me that I got them as gifts. No one ever came forward and said, "Hey, dude, bought you these." So I didn't buy them myself. So I've got Ori, I've got Gungeon, I've got a whole bunch of things that I was like, "What the hell? How did I get all this?"
That's right.
Yeah, so I've got Ori to play on the computer as well.
Are you going to then play the sequel? Are you going to play Will of the Wisps?
Oh,
It came
yeah,
out earlier this year. Yeah.
Definitely play Will of the Wisps.
Do you have it yet, or
no? I do not have it yet. A little bit of Dead Cells because just wanted to think. I have Ni no Kuni and I was going to play it, but then my stomach decided to try to kill me, so that went out the window. Then, and that was last month. So Matto, over to you.
find time for Ni no Kuni before Matto gets going. Find time for Ni no Kuni. You will not.
Oh
regret
no, definitely.
Oh, what is? I don't know mine. My big list of games for this month. The first one is Ghost of Tsushima. Finish that, and we'll never play again. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Nah. It's just one of those games you go, oh yeah, cool, done. And I haven't played since I finished it. I mean, it's a nice looking game. The story doesn't really excite me that much.
That's fair.
Maybe I should switch it to English earlier than try to read the Japanese.
Oh yeah, I knew that was going to sour things for me, so I was English from the get-go.
But not even that. But when most other games where I go, oh, I want to kill that guy. Never had the urgency to go, oh, I want to kill this guy. It never happened. I don't know why. But,
Fair enough.
like I say, it's the first game. There's always room for improvement on the next one, which I'm pretty certain. You would think there'd be a second one.
Oh, they're already staffing up for a new one. So.
Oh, there you go. So, if they learn from the first one of not having to do 40 Fox things.
Yeah, the Fox Dens and stuff are a bit much. I adore that game. It's one of my games of the year, but the Fox Dens and some of those collectibles were still a bit much.
Fox Dens, bamboos, banners, Mongol thingamabobs,
Haikus.
Haikus.
Lots of haikus. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Did they all end on "It's snowing on Mount Fuji"?
I have to.
If they didn't, they're not really haikus.
I have to imagine there was at least one, but the thing was though, you could actually construct them yourself. So like you get to whatever
options.
the point is, and you get a few different options. You actually create the haiku.
This haiku does not.
And then you get a free bandana when you finish, or headband, I should say. Free headband.
Really satisfying conclusion to that.
I did find my most favorite hat, as you would call it. It's just a basket you put over your head. It's the best outfit ever.
It's a good one.
I found like, oh wow, this is the best one ever. Headbands, blindfolds, basket on the head, best outfit you can get.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Right up there, anyway.
Then I got back into a game that I never thought I'd play again.
Oh, he's playing NBA 2K.
No, don't be silly. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh wow, that is a twist.
A big twist.
Oh, that's
No, even better. I thought to myself, you know what? I have no idea what's going on. I'm going to start again. So there's like 35 hours that I spent in 2 years. 35 hours. And I thought I'll go the Mayo rider this time and just hit on Korra. That was my goal. Story, success. Game finished. Nah, I actually went further than that.
Tapped that game over. Move on. No, and then for the last 2 weeks, I played it like 45 hours in the 2 weeks. Holy shit!
Finished it last night.
I didn't even see trophies pinging. Okay, I should have been paying attention.
That's because it's on the Xbox, not the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, fair enough.
That would probably make sense. It's not as bad as what I once bagged it about. I'll say that. I'll admit that I'm wrong, but there are parts that you sort of look at it and go, if they make another one, which they have been talking about.
No, it's official now.
Official. So as long as they learn from that one, just throw that in the bin and go back to the originals. No, don't do that. Well, you can actually.
Just to be clear, in case anyone listening isn't aware, when N7 Day rolled along a couple of weeks ago, they obviously announced the collection, the original 3 games that'll be coming to PS4 and Xbox One
and DLC.
All the DLC, no multiplayer though. All the first 3 games remastered, touched up, fixed up, modernized, coming to the current gen consoles, and then they announced in the same blog post that there's a new game that's being developed, and shared like one bit of art. Damo.
You got a question?
Oh yeah. So, the 3rd game required you to have a readiness of a war with the multiplayer or an app. Is the app still going to be active, or do you think they're just going to boost you up to?
I'd imagine they'll just tweak how you get the readiness.
Maybe they'll tweak the ending as well.
Hopefully, there's like a miniature in-game thing. That'd be great.
Yeah, there'll be.
Wait, sorry. Oh, I missed that. What did you say?
He just said hopefully they'll tweak the ending as well.
Oh, Matto, that went straight to my nipples. That was great. Ooh.
Yeah, look, ending controversy jokes are always good. I'm a big fan of them. But yeah, so look forward to the collection early next year, and then a new Mass Effect, God knows when, because they are still working on Dragon Age as well.
Oh yes. Yeah, I say the story's not that bad, but it's just all that other crap that I feel like is unnecessary. I think about 15 hours of that was just driving around.
Yeah, I mean a lot of
to places.
there are definitely those faults still in it. There's also a lot of people that really criticize the game early days because of the performance issues, bugs and glitches and facial animations and all those sort of things, like what happened with Assassin's Creed Unity back in the day. But they patched it out, so it would be a better experience to just come back and play now.
Yeah, but I mean, for some people, it broke their game. Like they were 12 hours in and lost all their stuff because it was like, you need to go here, and it's like, okay, that character is in the wall, and their eyes are over there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I've got nightmares, and my game's broken. Like, and it's not, it wasn't as easy as turning it on and off again.
It was definitely weird, and I can see why it put people off, but maybe if more people go back like Matto did.
I had none of those problems. Except one person, I think the botanist, was walking through the floor, and I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, and at one time, somebody was holding a gun, and they just were moving, gliding, just across the floor. It was like people were shooting at them, and it was just like, oh. I'm like, PlayStation, record that. Oh wait, I don't have Kinect.
Nor is this an Xbox. PlayStation, record that.
And
then, finally, my final game. Oh, that's right. For this month was the demo for Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, okay.
I thought I'd give it a go. It said free demo. I thought, I like a free demo. So I gave that a go.
Did you like it?
And
are you going to pick up the actual copy?
Well, not only I picked up this copy, not the actual
one. The original the original Hyrule Warriors.
No, I knew it was the original one. I thought, I'll get this
also,
anyway.
Beautiful throw. You can just see it in the background. Viewers can't, but we can just see it sitting up nicely in the background. Logo there. It's looking sharp.
But the one thing is, it's absolutely amazing. I was KO'd 1,000 enemies, and not once did my sword break. It was fantastic. Oh,
it only gets better by now.
Oh, it's just, I thought this is better. This combat's better than shitty Witcher already. I've killed 20 people, KO'd 20 enemies. Not a sign of broken sword. I thought, this could win me over.
I have seen a bit of commentary about that earlier today. Go on, Damo.
Oh, I was going to say, so that's you're playing the original Hyrule Warriors, the first one.
I know, I played the demo of the new one.
Oh, you played the demo of the new.
But I bought the old one.
But you went out and brought the old one. I was just going to say, man, that one, that's a really, really good. I think it was Mushu.
Musou. Yeah, Musou. Yeah.
Musho. Yeah, it's a really good one. The characters, it has all the updates, so there's plenty of stuff to do.
I think that's
the end game stuff is just a lot of fun. You can put 2 hours, 100 hours into that game.
The defined edition or something.
Oh, yeah, the definitive one. Yeah, because it was a Wii U game, and then it came to Was it a Wii U game?
Yeah, it came to 3DS.
Wii U, 3DS, and then Switch.
Yeah, so if you bought it for the 3DS, then you got Linkle added for nothing to your Wii U version if you had both.
The all-important Linkle. I have heard some commentary from prominent Nintendo, mostly Twitter personality, Stealth40k, who tweeted out about his initial thoughts on Age of Calamity, so the new one. Just saying 3 things Age of Calamity does better than Breath of the Wild. 1, no rain while climbing. 2, no rain. 3, no breakable weapons. I'm like, okay, I'm playing this thing then. I will play this game, and I'll probably like it. And I'm a sucker for a Musou as well.
Oh yeah, well.
I like Musous, so.
And I'll throw shitty Witcher in the bin if that's the case.
I think if I actually get around to this, and it's a big if because there's next gen stuff, and I'm about to talk about all the games that I've been playing in a moment. But if I get around to this and I actually enjoy it, I can very easily see myself going back and playing Breath of the Wild after this. This is the prequel to it. I can just, I could see myself going back to Breath of the Wild and giving it a second chance.
Then you'll get into some combat. Your sword will break in 3 hits and go, nope, I'm done.
Fuck it, I'm out. Yeah, I could go back. I could hate it very quickly again.
I'll just go and cook for 2 hours.
Wait till my patched version 2 updates for this month, Paul. I will rip your mind's eye open with some glorious stuff. But you should talk about all that next gen stuff you've been doing.
So Matto, that's you done, right?
That is me done.
All right.
What a segue.
as well as some next gen stuff, which we'll talk about in a moment. I better talk about some last gen stuff that I've been playing, because of course most of this month was pre PS5 and Xbox Series X. Doom Eternal, I played the first slice of DLC for that. The Fallen Gods DLC, Ancient Gods DLC Part 1. That shit is so unbelievably hard. Like, we hated the Marauder, and now they throw 2 at a time at you.
Oh, did somebody get addicted to easy games?
Oh no, I played the game on normal difficulty before. It was just holy shit. It's and I'd even just replayed the game in full beforehand, so I thought I'll be right to go for this DLC, and it just smashed me from moment one. So they're really targeting elite level players, and that kind of broke my little heart a little bit. A game that I have spent and I think I even mentioned it on our last updates, but I was only able to talk about it in a preview capacity at the time. Sakuna of Rise and Ruin. So the one that's kind of part action RPG, part farming sim. It is one of the best games of the year. My review's up on the website now. It's unbelievably good. And it's a combo that just doesn't sound like it should go together, but it is just so crazy good.
Limit break.
I mean, look at this art.
Carrots.
Look at that art. Like, that looks gorgeous. Firstly,
that's pretty
Is that
cool.
a hat on top of a
No,
mountain?
I do truly love your passion. Though.
it's a hat flying off her head, and a mountain's in the background. But
Right.
so thanks to Kat and Turn Left for shooting me a copy of that to review. But
Cat, we'll eventually get to Monster Hunter World 2. That's
so sorry, Carl.
Maybe get all by PS5s and play it on PS5.
Maybe by the time we get to Q2 2023, when Monster Hunter 6 is apparently coming out, thanks to the Capcom leak, we'll talk about that in an upcoming patched episode, I'm sure. Did I just blow Damo's mind? Did you not hear about that?
No, I didn't, but we'll save it for another patch.
We'll save it for a new episode.
It's not. It's an April Fool's joke for the Monster Hunter World movie trailer. Best 16 seconds of comedy I've ever seen.
It's a pairing that shouldn't really work, but just does. You go out through the day and you might begin the day by kind of setting up the crops and making sure everything's tended to, and make sure the water levels are good enough so that the rice grows like it should. But then you piss off and you go, like, it's a 2D side-scrolling like action RPG, not that different to like a Hollow Knight or an Ori or something like that. Nighttime comes along and the enemies like difficulty spikes. They're demons and they get infinitely more dangerous at dark. So then you try and duck back in. You eat with your little crew of humans that are there with you, and sleep it out till the next day. At which point the whole loop continues, and so it's kind of got that farming sim Harvest Moon style loop going for it, in that sense. But then there's all these other action RPG systems in the background as well. So it works really, really well. My review's on the website. Go check it out. But it is one of the best games of this year as far as I'm concerned. So it's on Switch, PS4, and PC. So go pick it up there, viewers/listeners. But then there's the next-gen stuff. Now, the first thing I played on my PS5 when it arrived was... Oh, sorry. I should quickly acknowledge the Xbox Series X. I still haven't played it. Like, I've had it. And there's just nothing there to play on it. Like, I've got Bright Memory, but that's like a 45-minute game, so I'm in no hurry to deal with that. And then multi-platform stuff I've got on my PlayStation. So I literally haven't, like, I've fired up the Xbox to get everything, all the settings in place and whatnot, and then that's been it. So sorry, Xbox Australia, if you're watching and listening. But that'll turn around sometime soon. Like, get Halo out already, guys.
There's one poor Xbox fan out there that was just missed out on an Xbox, and here you are, just with one that you don't use.
Gathering dust. But on the PlayStation side, so I picked up the PS5 and I jumped straight into Astro's Playroom. So, like, Astro bought the VR game initially, but Astrobot's Playroom is just like, it's meant to be it's a free bundled in demo with your console. When you guys eventually get a PS5, play it, because it's an unbelievably good game. It's not just a demo.
What do you?
Oh yeah, demo. Sorry, yeah, right.
It's all right,
Make sure to take that for a spin, because it's really, really good, and really shows off what the DualSense can do. Like the whether it's like what PlayStation had spoken about, where you go to pull back to shoot an arrow or something like that, and you actually feel the tension in the trigger, and it actually pushes back against you a little bit. or as you're running through, like it was raining and you could actually feel like the controller vibrating in little random dots and spots all around it because it's like the rain and the hail that's actually hitting it. There's a whole bunch of really...
If you get caught on fire, does it burn your hand? Or if you get zapped, will you get electrocuted?
I'll be curious to see what happens with the zapped. The fire component.
If Metal Gear Solid gets a remake, and then you're in there getting that electrocuted interrogation part, then you're there holding the controller,
and you just passed out.
What if you become the God of War? Do you end up with chains around the controller?
It's so immersive.
What's happening here? Boy! Oh God, no! What's happening to me? Boy!
I'll also shout out, if I just quickly dash back to Suckener, I've literally been tweeted by Stephen, who's just gone and bought Suckener on the Switch today based on my review, so it's that good. Go get it. Apparently my review must have been semi-decent as well, but who cares about that?
Let's not go into written pieces here.
Yeah, that's we'll save that
another time.
We'll save that for another episode later in the year. And now I've told you I'm setting you up for something, so just keep posted. Another important game that came out for the PS5 is Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I finished, and I'm chasing down the platinum trophy on that one. I do also have the platinum in Astro's Playroom, but that's a pretty easy one. It's like a 2-hour long game. I'm currently playing Sackboy: A Big Adventure. So the latest like Little Big Planet thing, but not Little Big Planet anymore. It's just like a Mario 3D World style platformer, and it's fantastic. It is on PS4 as well, just like Spider-Man. So that's an option for people if they don't have a next-gen console. And
everyone.
And to wrap things up, we've spoken about the original game in this franchise in the past. And we spoke about it as being a great shame of mine to have played it in the pursuit of a platinum.
No.
And
it's not a mayonnaise game.
It happens to be a mayonnaise game because they put out My Name is Mayo 2 for $1.80, I might add. So I bought said $1.80 game and chased down that platinum and had it in about 30 minutes. So My Name is Mayo 2 is how I'm going to wrap up my games played this month story, my narrative that I've been building here. Because yes, I bought that game for $1.80 the day it came out. It's technically a PS4 game, but I played it on my PS5. And tapped a Mayo jar 10,000 times to get a platinum trophy.
In an hour?
About half an hour, 40 minutes thereabouts.
I'm not even mad. I've just got PTSD from the trauma that Paul gives us.
I just sat there like this, just holding the controller and mouse in hand and doing other things.
How many times you have to tap it?
10,000?
10,000, okay, so let's just...
You're doing some quick math. Like 10,000...
If it's going on half an hour, right?
Say 40 minutes. 40 minutes is probably more accurate.
Okay, let's go 40 minutes. So we'll go 40 minutes.
Maybe 40 hours.
250...
it's a big week. Yeah, what?
250 times minutes.
250 times a minute? Probably about
right. And that's...
4 times, bit over 4.
taps a second.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Wow, how do you not have a sore hand?
I did have a very sore hand, and so I swapped. So, like for the bulk of it, was just me sitting there like this, just mashing away with my thumb, using the mouse and doing something else on the computer at the time, and then swapping hands when things got a little, when my arm got a bit sore from tapping a Mayo jar.
Well,
for anyone listening, I'm doing the quotations here. Tapping a Mayo jar. I then swapped my arm because it was getting sore.
If I don't see some effed up gifs and some ridiculously very unpleasant.
It looked a bit like Mayo afterwards. No.
Of Paul smashing something with his thumb, mayonnaise, and the
jokes write
sore
themselves.
arm. I'm going to be very upset. Like that, the joke's writing itself here. Like our fans, you got to step up to the plate on this one. I would do it, but as we all know, I am extremely lazy when it comes to Photoshop.
80, Jamie, any of you guys jump in there. Just
King Kong Lonky Dong.
Yeah, if you're a listener as well, make sure to not only support us on Patreon but also rip me a new one here on Twitter. So yeah, my name is
Yes.
Mayo is how I'm going to wrap things up there because yes, I chased down that
For a second,
horrible.
So you got the platinum for
I
that.
also
Oh yeah, I
played
got the
one.
platinum. That's why you play it. You don't play it for any other reason. It's
Oh,
not.
that's
It's definitely not for the.
disgusting.
It's
Played
definitely not for the
plenty of other
narrative.
reasons.
There's one more up, hang on. There's one more stat I've
I've
got
never
to do
been
here.
more
Oh, here we go. He's
intense.
continuing with the math.
Matto's
Matto's got a calculator out.
8.
All right, while Matto works out some math, I will drop some bombs for this month. Incredible journey through.
So for the month of November, Damo's
Video game-
catching back up
video
with us now.
So, because I was getting better, and I bought a new computer that my friend happily put in my car because I probably would have died if I had carried anything over 5 kilos. Congratulations. I went, oh shit, what do I play? So the first thing I played was Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure on Steam. And I know that's been talked about by a couple of our fans. We're talking about old retro games and things like that and shareware things. And you know what? That game is a lot harder than I remembered it. So it only had a very short lifespan as I moved on to Monster Bash, which was another classic shareware game. And then I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting sick of just playing small, quick games. So I played Duke Nukem 2. And then I also beat the last boss in that because, again, I have all these free shareware games that I have now the full version of because it was $5 for 400 games. And it's wow. Oh wait, 123 games or something like that. It's ridiculous. Then I played Hocus Pocus as well, but that didn't last long because
I mean, it sounds shit.
I got bored.
So is that based off the movie?
No, it's completely different. Gosh, I wish it was based off the movie. It would have been much better. But then I did something crazy that I didn't think I'd ever do.
You played My Name is Mayo as well?
I went back.
Oh.
I went back to Broken Age and I finally finished it because out of everyone I know, no one has. No one's gotten to this. Oh, you went to the second part.
Yeah.
Of course you did. You were after a platinum.
I think I played it on PC, if I remember. I was reviewing it though, I think I was reviewing it. So.
Yeah, because obviously the first half came out. Everyone went, "Oh, wait, you're gonna release part 2, and you're gonna charge us for it." That was the original game plan. They weren't gonna release that for free. That was gonna be something else you brought, and I was like, "You gave us half a game. That's terrible." So I was so upset by that news. I didn't even knew that the second half was released, and somebody's like, "Yeah, no, it's free. You should play it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I did that. That was fun. I started to play Magicka again, and then I was like, I want people to play this with. Then I started doing Battle Block Theater, and I'm like, oh, you need to play this from the beginning because remembering how to play that is insane. Then, in the last 2 weeks...
Buckle your pants, everyone. This is clearly big.
I have put in 31.7 hours into Total Warhammer 2.
Right.
And that's in the last 2 weeks. In the last 4 weeks, I have put in 58 hours. That's a lot. That's a lot of spaghetti. I'm really enjoying it. There's a great Australian YouTuber or streamer called Legend of Awesome. Oh, sorry, Legend of War. He's great, and he teaches you how to play it really, really well. So that was good. Yeah. Then, with all this going on, the demo dropped for Hyrule Warriors, and I played that, and I thought, wow, this is a fantastic game.
Oh, here we go.
I should pre-order this. So I pre-ordered it, and Amazon was like, it's not coming to you till Monday. And my mate's like, why don't you just, use the online vouchers? Oh, well, Paul, Amazon, Jeff Bezos needs more money. Have you seen how much hair he's lost? It's insane. He needs more money. So my mate's like, well, you should come over and play it. And I'm like, oh, sure. Great friend. So I did. And I played a little bit. It's great. I got to test a lot of characters, so I won't give out any spoilers, even though, some people have seen them. But let's just say some characters Link. Oh, mate, Matto, I said no spoilers, bruv.
Sorry. The Hyrule Soldier.
I want to play with the one with the sword. Zelda? The one with the sword, Zelda?
No. No. that character's name is Azila.
Ah.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it wrong. The D is silent, and the Z is really pronounced. Zila.
Zila.
So, but it's a phenomenal game. And then there's a part in the story. I kid you not, my jaw dropped through the planet. I was in awe. Very, very few games have ever because you don't know what's going to happen. Because it's
Because they make up
It's
the
one of
Zelda
those
timeline
games-
as they go.
a Zelda game can go anywhere. And Hyrule Warriors showed to that. So we don't know where Hyrule Warriors exists because it doesn't exist inside a timeline. Does it exist outside a timeline? Who knows?
It's 100
This
years
game's a
before The
Warriors
Legend of the Breath of the Wild.
100 years before. Yes, true.
Or
But,
they all went
you
to
know,
sleep. They
100
just-
years, I think.
So
Like it's not 1,000 years.
when it's finished, they all get a bit tired. Just
Go
sleep
and
in
have a
water
nap.
bed and wake up 100 years later.
That's it. That's exactly how it goes now.
Just like Rogue One.
And surprisingly, his iPhone's still charged that whole time.
That
Oh my
shitty
gosh.
Sheikah slate.
So that if anybody is on the fence about it, even though so far from what I've played, it is the worst Warriors game on the Switch out of Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I did
As-
forget about Fire Emblem.
As a piece of Zelda gaming, though, it's phenomenal. It is so goddamn good. And the only reason I say it's not as good as the other Fire Emblem Warriors games is because there's a lot more characters in the other ones. So because you're Breath of the Wild, your characters are very limited to
Probably like 6 of them.
pre and post Calamity, I guess. There's not a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's no, whereas Fire Emblem, you have 30 games. Zelda, you had 30 games. There's a lot of characters to choose on. There was 20 links. It's fantastic. So that's that. And the final game, and I want to talk about this because we talk a lot about Zelda and Breath of the Wild. And then there was a game that kind of stole
yes.
a lot or borrowed a lot of things from Breath of the Wild, and that's Genshin Impact, which is a gacha game, I believe they call them, where you're kind of trying to get the characters.
There's a fair bit of RNG.
It's like you
Yeah.
gamble on getting characters. It's phenomenal. It is a lot of fun, and for a free-to-play game, there is a great story. There is incredible characters. It takes everything you love about Breath of the Wild, puts it in a game, and then goes, oh, by the way, here's a bunch of cooler characters, here's a bunch of cool weapons, here's some incredible enemies, all in this. Variety. It's great. It's just so damn good. And I didn't think I would like it this much, but when you said you wanted to go back to Breath of the Wild, I thought the same thing. I was playing, I want to play Breath of the Wild. And as I keep playing more of this game and exploring more, I'm like, Breath of the Wild's good. But Breath of the Wild 2 is somewhere in the distant future. And so I might play Breath of the Wild then. But not having weapons break is so much better. Not having to worry about eating every second is so good.
We got him, Matto. We got him.
Not worrying about collecting, seeds that you end up with just a fossilized piece of shit at the end of that entire thing is pretty good.
I've also heard that because it's a gacha game and obviously so you can spend extra money to get extra chances, get extra characters. I've heard that it's not overly tempting. From a few people have been reviewing it or at least playing a lot of it. They're not feeling tempted at all. You can if you want.
No, if you get because you can re-roll. Right, you can re-roll 1,000 times. Right, there's a trick with your email account. I don't know if anyone knows this, so this is big news for you. If you're worried about signing up to a newsletter or whatever, you can add a full stop anywhere before the @ symbol of your Gmail account. So you can get full access to that Gmail account by typing in that thing with your password. It doesn't set up a new account. It's a spam-proof protection thing. So if you're worried that this might be a bit dodgy and you're gonna get, they're gonna sell you shit, well, they're only going to sell shit to that little account. So you can change things. It's again, it's a very clever system. So what my mate did was that 50 times. He added full stops countless times to make maybe 4 perfect accounts to start with. So there's a possibility that you can do that to get the perfect start if you wanted to. But if you're also, again, if you're ever unsure of signing up for something and you're like, I don't know about this place, just seriously add a full stop anywhere. Like if my email, one of them is at Zelda Storms. If I just added a full stop in between Zelda and Storms, I can still get access to that email account if I put in my password and that. If I put a full stop after Z, so z.elderstorms, same thing. You can just change that, and you can do that as many times as you like. So it's just a very good security system Google has in place. A little bit off topic, I know, but sorry. But yeah, Genshin Impact's an incredible game, and I think that as much as I love Breath of the Wild, I think it was a great game. I think the one part that always will upset me is that the Master Sword just stops working. Makes no sense. Even in the face of evil, didn't make any sense.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Zelda. Or Breath of the Wild.
But Breath of the Wild 2...
Shitty Witcher.
Breath of the Wild 2 should fix a lot of things because I bet you they've listened to the complaints. And to make that world better, the only way they can make that place better is by adding the Twilight again. Because it is believed that it is Twilight Ganon.
You shall not
at the bottom. I'm a Balrog now. But anyway, yeah. So no matter. That's a whole. We can design Breath of the Wild 2. Right, that's fine. In another episode in the future. But that are my updates. Genshin. So play Genshin. Play Hyrule Warriors. Buy Apogee's collection of games and get incredible stuff like Hocus Pocus, all the Duke Nukems, Xenophage, Wacky Wheels, the greatest racing car game.
Wacky Wheels.
Holy shit.
Wacky Wheels.
He gets it. He gets Wacky Wheels. Paul.
Wacky Wheels.
No, I'm all about Wacky Wheels. You didn't mention that before.
Yeah.
What'd you
It's
say?
the best.
Wacky Wheels. Wacky Wheels.
Somebody tell me how to beat the final boss in Daemon X Machina, and everything will be kosher.
YouTube is your friend for that one. Well, that's a shit ton of games.
Somebody. Yeah, well,
So-
that's
2
just
months
me
worth of
like
games
kicking
right
around on Steam. You know, like Steam's great. Oh yeah, and Monster Hunter World. There was events in there. So thank you very much to our Capcom lady.
Thanks, Kat.
Thanks for taking me to. I went to PAX this year. It was fun.
Damo, I'll see you in PAX 2021. So whether you're there for yourself or not. So before we wrap things up, what are we going to be playing over the course of the month of December? There's a little
Genshin.
title coming.
Total War.
Yeah, okay, not bad.
3 games.
Matto.
I will be playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order because it came out on Games Pass.
Oh yeah, of
long
course.
ago.
Yeah, right.
So I'll get into that. Then, of course, Cyberpunk 2077, which is at this rate, that's when it's going to get released if there's another delay. But hopefully,
Yeah, probably.
December 10. But I probably won't get it till like Damo. Like I won't get it till the Monday.
Apparently, there's physical copies that have already snuck out into some retail. I don't know about locally, but overseas, I've seen a few photos now of like printed discs being out there, and that maybe people have already got them. So,
was it just on a piece of paper? Just
no, sorry, like discs get printed. They have stuff
it's
on
just
them.
a psych. I reckon it's just an empty disc.
And the cases and boxes of sealed up ones, so they're out there. And there's some talk that maybe some spoilers are going to start popping up soon. So hold your asses if you're looking to avoid Cyberpunk spoilers, because it's going to be a rocky 3 weeks before that thing comes out.
Then I might get onto this game again.
Oh, the original Hyrule Warriors.
Yep.
Stuck the landing pretty well. You're having a pretty good day.
And I will go with my third straight month of not playing Apex.
Oh, going cold turkey.
Not only did I go gold turkey, I uninstalled it as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I'm not going back to that game. I found that I have so much more time to do stuff now.
Fair enough then.
So much more time for activities. What are you doing?
Ah, good Step Brothers reference. On my end, by the time this episode goes live, I'll be done with Sackboy, and the review could very well be up on the Player 2 website already. I want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I am conscious that that's probably like a 50, 60 hour RPG, and then Cyberpunk's in there somewhere as well. So I've got to try and work out that balancing act just right in terms of the amount of
Here's
time.
the question: can you hang off someone's testicles?
In Valhalla? I don't think so, sadly. So it makes Odyssey the better game already.
Not worth playing then.
It's not as good as Odyssey then. You can't beat that. The other one that I still need to play, because I got sent a code, and so I've got to do some coverage for the site, but the more people talk about it, the less and less and less I want to do it. I've got to play Godfall.
Oh, the old god awful game.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But I've got to go in unbiased and clean perspective and play this game, give it its due merits. So we'll see what happens. And
that Alien game they made, they might be just haters of that and just go, this game sucks.
Yeah, it could be that. I don't know. I've heard some people actually talking it up, but then a lot of others really shooting it down. So
maybe they're getting paid to say bad things.
The first review that popped up, I heard it mentioned in another podcast over the weekend, was someone actually saying, so the reason I'm reviewing this now is because I got sent a copy by Gearbox, so thanks for that, and then they gave it a positive review. I'm like, right. So you just
That's how it works, is it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to Triforce this entire time.
Is that what this shit is? Well, you've got 4 triangles there, mate.
4? Yeah.
There's
4 triangles in the Triforce, you dick.
Well, yeah, I suppose that one in the middle. Yeah, okay, sure. There's 3 triangles and a bunch of empty space, but yeah, I get it. And then I want to fit in Cyberpunk as well, but there's also, like, Ubisoft is not done. They've also got Immortals Phoenix Rising coming out. So, like,
that's what that game in all those Assassin's Creed games were.
Yeah. So, like,
so was it a Creed game?
I don't know how I'm going to fit all this shit in. And then there's still the Pathless and everybody's favourite, Bug Snacks, that I need to take for a spin as well. So
Bug Snacks.
I'm just
Donkey and Bug Snacks.
I'm just gonna have to find a way through all this stuff. But
I've heard good things about Bug Snacks.
Actually, there's been a few people talking it up, so we'll see.
Oh shit! Sorry, to add to my games played, I did play Astro's Playroom and Spider-Man.
Loved him.
Astro's is fantastic. I hate my friend for not warning me that Peter Parker's face had changed in Spider-Man.
Hi, Miles.
So it was like
a bit jarring.
Spider-Man takes off his face mask. Takes off his COVID safe mask and goes, "Oh, by the way, completely different person, but same voice actor." And it's like,
I've got to shout him out for doing a really awesome Black Lives Matter thing in the game. It wasn't like some little Easter egg or whatever. They really put it in people's faces at one point, and not in a obnoxious, we're bashing you over the head sort of way, but it was like a really classy sort of way. So good on Insomniac for doing that, given that they were focusing on a Puerto Rican character.
Have been loving the rise of the bricks.
Oh yeah,
and, like just the random things that like Miles
racks
is
of
becoming.
t-shirts.
Like, somebody became like just a whole rack
of t-shirts was great.
It's like
I saw that one.
On top of the car.
From being a brick to a slab of concrete to a fence to some t-shirts. And
so good.
It's the greatest glitch ever.
And don't patch it out, Insomniac. It's
the
greatest
awesome mistake ever. That doesn't break the game.
Yeah. So we'll wrap things up there. There's lots that we'll be playing over the course of the next month or so, and we'll give you another updates. Well, probably sooner than usual, since we'll be wrapping up. For the Player 2 end of year little break there. I don't know, probably second last week of December.
Are the patches coming? Are we doing patches?
We discussed them before the show, and of course we'll have to do the patches again. Probably
we're doing third annual patches.
Presumably, maybe our first episode of the new year, or maybe second episode of the new year, something like that.
Or was it at the beginning? I thought we did it at the end.
That's all about the same, right?
When do we normally do the patches?
Normally we've done it once, but this year we
twice.
this past one we did it in January. So I figure we'll do the same
Okay,
again.
so we'll do it in January again. Okay.
We'll do it in January again.
So you people get your votes in, or like awards that you want to see nominated. Go back, watch the previous episodes of the Patchies, and
and we'll ignore
we
every
do it
single
over
one
Discord.
of them.
Biggest
if you become a
sentence.
high enough Patreon, you might be able to join us on here.
You may be nominated.
That's
You
it.
might get nominated.
Highest. Yeah.
Most letters in Patreon account name. King Kong Long Dong Schlong or whatever.
Second year in a row.
Don't start. That will have ridiculous names.
Biggest prison sentence, etc., etc.
Biggest conviction. That's for another. That's for another time.
We'll save that story for all you viewers and listeners for another time. So that's where we're going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, all the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell, that way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, the Player 2 Plays, Late Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Matto, you've been working on your Max Payne full playthrough series. That is going along nicely. What are we about halfway? Just a bit over halfway, so a few more weeks to go for that.
Past halfway. Yes, we have.
It'll be done just before Player 2 shuts down for the year. So you've got a full playthrough series of that that's gradually rolling out, and I think almost every episode's on the back end. So everyone, nothing can possibly go wrong, right? A whole bunch of other stuff though on the YouTube channel, so subscribe and go and check that out. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patched, the Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. Awesome guests on Dev Diary recent weeks and months. More to come, so go check it out. Also on the website, I should shout out the Player 2 Marathon that occurred just this past weekend, where we've raised, as of this point, $4,866 or something like that. Basically $800 above what our goal was. And still more money's rolling in. So let's hope that number continues to grow. And
donated.
Yeah, in a year of a pandemic, people have been just throwing money about to help out.
Pretty sure half of that was Paul's family.
Well, there was a few little donations from some family that were clearly shooting for... What would they ask me for? They asked for Game Pass. They asked for the Mafia 2K thing, and they asked for...
You tell them that it's just that's how it not works. It's not bribery.
No, and
you
so
can't just pay Paul and go,
they've
hey,
specifically put the money in those hours because
McDonald's.
Then you're in with a random chance for prizes within that hour. So they asked me to put the donations in for them in those specific windows of time, and sent me the money for it afterwards. So they're...
Well, they could have just done a rudder on you.
Well, I should have just kept the money. I should have just kept the money and not donated it. But that's also a horrible thing to do. So they're crossing their fingers and hoping that they'll come away with some cool games. But that's in the fate of Matt Hewson and a random number generator, presumably to see what falls their way. But thank you to everyone who's donated, because it's a really awesome achievement, and we're hopeful that we'll hit $5,000 still. Maybe by the time this episode goes live, so we've already hit that. And Adam Rourke from Player 2 will have blazing hot pink hair. So enjoy that, my friend. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/play2au, kicking a few bucks. Lower tier, because we haven't asked for enough money from you recently. Kicking a few bucks at the lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And then finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games. Damo.
They're going first this time.
I just launched into Player 2 Plays mode for half a second there.
Tacos Talk. Yeah, Tacos Talk.
Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Player 2 AU for Player 2 AU for the website. And until next time, thanks a lot for watching. See you later, guys.